Derek Stingley Jr., again, not surprised. And I said this yesterday. I like the way, especially in moments like this, the Texans are doing business compared to, let's say, like teams like the Cowboys, who, when they get a player that you know your ass is going to sign, like you know you're going to sign, and the Texans, they get out in front of it, I mean, quick. The minute they can sign him, they do it. Your thoughts on Derek Stingley Jr. being the highest paid corner in NFL history now?
Love it. No surprise whatsoever. Absolutely love it. Love the decision. Now I think it's I don't know if it's changing with time or what, but I think it's a little, the conversation around the dollars is a little bit blown out of proportion based on what I've heard. I know it's a $30 million a year deal, but if you tack it on to the 2 years that are remaining and what you get Derek Stingley's service at over the next 5 years is a hair above what J.C. Horn got in Carolina. It's not $5 million a year more. J.C. Horn signed a 4-year deal with 1 year left on his contract, and if you average it out, it's 20-some-odd million. And then if you look at the way Derek Stingley's unfolds here, it's slightly more, or maybe $1 million, $1.5 million more per year. It's not $5 million more per year. So a little bit, when I first saw it, I was like, whoa, what the hell is this? But then when you start doing the math and you start seeing kind of how these, I guess the new age deals are coming so early, it really averages out. The player gets his guaranteed money, and overall the team spreads it over 5 years. It's a win-win. So I love it. I've always been a fan of Derek Stingley, the player. The injuries were a concern. He appears to have nipped that in the bud for the most part, which put him in a position for this. And then on the backside of that, I'm gonna tell you, like I was blown away with Derek Stingley when we had him in a post-game press conference this year. We had him, me and Sean had him one-on-one immediately following the game, and Ron, it was immediately clear how cerebral of a player he is. Like, this is not just the most physically demanding position, what I believe in sports. You're chasing around 4'3" to 4'5", 4'6" guys, and you have no idea where they're going, and you're tasked to follow them. That's and backpedal half the time. Like it is the most physically demanding position in all of sports, I believe. He's not only great at that. When he lines up inside, when he's talking about leverage, when he's talking about quarterback tendencies, when he's talking about wide receiver tendencies, it's clear this guy is not just next level physically. This guy's next level mentally as well. And other than the day that he cold-cocked old Dalton Schultz in spring training, he is a level-headed dude that is even keel, that you can depend on, and has a knack for making big plays in the biggest moments of games. And so this is, if anybody's ever going to get a top-of-the-market deal, to me, this one right here is as blatantly obvious as you're going to get.
Yeah, no, the only thing here of late was the injuries. I said earlier, I said yesterday, there was some early – maybe you could really look at it now that we've seen him play more of like Lovey putting him in just situations that just didn't really show his skill set as much.
It's really about the 69.
But in the last year and a half, there is an argument and a discussion that he's been the best corner in the game. Won the Defensive Player of the Year award at the same position, but I think there's an argument that Derek Stingley has been that. And now I think the best part about it is, sometimes, and we did this last year and I thought it was fair, like, all right, hey, Nico, are we really sure that Nico is a guy that is a top 10 receiver? Are we really sure that? Now, some of you will say, your question, I think it was a fair thing.
Sure.
No wonder, after a year, will we really see that? And we got to see that. The great thing about this for Texans fans is this is a deal of It's just if he stays healthy. Like this isn't a situation of, hey man, are we sure we have the goods? Are we sure we have a great player? Or boy, you need him to really take a huge step to really meet this. No, you know what you have. Like you have a great player, and the only thing that prevents him right now to be a great player is his health. And as you said, that hasn't been a problem. He went this full year without having any issues, which was an issue before. Yeah. So I think that's a thing that as you said, no brainer, makes it easy you know what you have.
Yeah, to me though, but I do want to go back to what I said earlier about the cerebral aspect of this thing, the mental aspect of this thing, and just from the organization's perspective, right? Is you got to take a snapshot of the moment that we're talking about when he's asked against the Miami Dolphins to shadow. Let's go back to when he was asked after Amari Cooper went for 200 plus right here at NRG Stadium 1 week, and then 2 weeks later you play him in the playoffs and he shadows him. And you keep him out of the box score, right? And then you look to Tyreek Hill this year against the Miami Dolphins, and the ability to shadow is one thing. The ability to shadow and say, hey, my man is as good as yours physically is one thing. But and I'm thinking from the coach's perspective and the organization's perspective now, when you now have a player that has the ability, the mental capacity to go over and know the quarterback's tendencies. Tua is not going to throw the ball deep down the field to a slot receiver. When I'm looking at Tyreek Hill, his tendencies are based on tape and percentages that he's going to run an out route once he gets beyond. If he outside releases and he gets to 16, 18 yards, he's going to run an out route. If he's not looking back for the ball, it's not a go route. He's going to run an out route, and then you jump it and pick it. Like the ability to process all of that. In that moment, I'm not saying there's not other guys in the league that can do it, but I will tell you there's not many that can, that have that level of that physical skill set along with that mental capability. If you're the organization, it's one of them like, hey man, the risk that is the injuries early on in the career because of what this guy can do in these particular situations. So. Yeah, Ron. I'm A-OK with it. Love it.
Oh yeah.
It's a sweet deal. To be honest with you, it's a sweet deal for the Texans as well to be able to spread money over 5 years. Right. I mean that's the sweet part of this is he gets his guaranteed money, which is really all a player's looking for in that second contract is just a huge amount of guaranteed money. He gets that. He gets it early. Right, he doesn't have to play the fourth and fifth year with no guarantee. He's playing the fourth and fifth year with a back-end guarantee that's through the roof, and then the team gets the luxury of spreading it out over those 5 years.
You think this is how the Texans are going to do business with their guys, or do you think this is just Nico and Stingley have just been certain cases? Like, do you expect as soon as Will is able to get rolling, he gets a deal? Yes. As soon as CJ is able to get a deal, he gets a deal. As soon as Petrie is somebody that's another.
Yeah, no, I think Will does. I think Will does 100%. I think it depends on how CJ plays this year. And I don't know if Petrie's even on that level. But like you said, Petrie would be more of a guy that comes along and has a really good year this year than he's on that Nico level of like, hey, you got one really, really bang-up good year. Do you want to give him that extension?
Because they even did it with Titus, right? Like
they moved early.
Which I get it. It's like, hey, man, because what they've done now is you don't have to worry about having to go over Sauce Gardner, Trent McDuffie, or having to go over whoever, right? Those guys haven't been signed yet.
Right.
They go ahead and knock that thing out. I wonder is that their plan of attack on how they do business, or is it just certain guys? So
it's definitely the polar opposite of what Jerry's doing in Dallas, which is a good thing.
I don't have time to have a bad time.
He said we gonna wait till Hendrickson gets his deal first. So he's gonna let
them all get a deal.
Mike said help out. Micah said
Micah Parsons.
I'll sit back and chill too.
Yeah, Micah ought to shut the hell up, right, and just sit there and say, "Hey, no, Jerry. Hey, take your time, Jerry."
What else you want next?
Take your time, Pods.
Micah probably lost his mind when he went out there and saw that. Oh, yeah, Jamar. Get that thing, Chase.